So in raceme you will find the growth is indefinite, and then the flowers are generally bisexual, and flowers will carry the pedicel. Three terms in the beginning itself I told you, if you remember in the notes. There are some students I have found that your assignment confirms one thing, that you never go through the notes. You are only using Wikipedia or the Google to find all the answers. So there are three terms in biology, in the botany, which you have to remember, and don't ever get confused between these words. You can write pedicel like this also. Petiole, peduncle, pedicel. Petiole is the stalk of the leaf. Pedicel is the stalk of the flower. So these terms are quite similar and you may get confused. And peduncle is the floral axis, or you can say inflorescence axis. So flowers are born, if they are born in cluster, then the axis on which they are born is called peduncle. Leaf stalk is called petiole, and flower stalk is called pedicel. So now this is the term again. So what are pedicillate flowers? Flowers which have pedicel are called as pedicillate flowers. So remember, in such plants generally what happen is there will be a bract also. So in the previous class you have learned about stipule. Stipule is a small leafy structure at the base of the leaf, or you can say attached or present on both sides, one on each side of the leaf base. Now in the same manner, there are plants in which the pedicel will carry a small leafy structure, and that structure is called as bract. Remember, stipules are in pair, but bracts are always single. They are also green, small, leafy structure, but remember, stipule is associated with vegetative portion, that is leaf, and bract is associated with the reproductive portion, and that is the flower. So I'm repeating again, in raceme what you will find is the peduncle grows indefinitely and it will bear bisexual flowers, and these flowers would be pedicellate. That means they have the stalk, the flower stalk, and these flowers will be carrying the bract. So because the flowers have bract, they are called as bracteate flowers. And then there are many examples. If you wish to learn the easiest one, the easiest is mustard. If you see the mustard flowers growing, it's an example of raceme. Radish also is the example of raceme. Larkspur also. I have larkspur growing at home, so I will show you the picture only because season is gone. So it is an example. These are examples of raceme type of simple inflorescence. Now the next one to understand is the spike. Now what exactly happened in the case of spike is, it is exactly like raceme. The only difference you can easily understand is that the flowers are sessile. That means the flower won't carry any stalk. So such a flower which does not have a pedicel are called as sessile flowers. So let's quickly read the topic. The description would be like this, that again, just like a raceme, there will be a indefinite growth of the axis. But it will bear the bisexual flowers, but these flowers are going to be sessile. Sessile means the pedicel is going to be absent. Example is bottle brush, or example is edathuda. There are many more examples. In the notes you will find the names are mentioned there. The next category possible is the catkin. Now you must have seen mulberry, shahtut. The shahtut basically is a fruit which develops from inflorescence. So whole inflorescence is eaten by us. Now in the case of mulberry, what exactly you see, in the beginning there will be a axis like this which droops down. It will not go up, it will be bending downside. So that such a type of inflorescence which bends down is called as pendulous type of inflorescence. So catkin is nothing but a modified spike, because similar arrangement would be there, but remember here the flowers were bisexual. In the case of catkin, the flowers are going to be unisexual. Rest all things are same. And one more point, pendulous. So the spike which becomes unisexual bearing flowers, and then we'll have a pendulous arrangement, is called as catkin. Catkin, remember in this case the peduncle is quite weak, so it cannot stand erect it will start bending down. So the peduncle is weak and the whole inflorescence droops down, and flowers will also carry bract hair. Flowers will carry bract hair also, and then remember one bract for each flower. And flowers are bracteate and sessile. Example, mulberry is the easiest example of catkin. Now the next inflorescence is the spadix. Now spadix is found in Amorphophallus. So if you check on internet the flower of an Amorphophallus, it is the largest inflorescence in the world, and some of the links will even mention it as the largest flower in the world, but reality is it is not the flower, it is the inflorescence. So it's the largest inflorescence. If you have seen the flower of Jimicund or elephant's foot, that is also an example of spadix. I have a plant which is blooming, but these days the flower is gone, or I should say inflorescence is gone. So I will show you, I will be sending you a picture of this. So what exactly is spadix? Let's understand. So in the case of spadix, the peduncle will become fleshy, so it becomes swollen. It is fleshy. Peduncle is fleshy and contain flowers in a very specific manner. Now the top flowers are going to be male flowers, followed by no sex flowers are called neutral flowers. No sex is there. And then the bottommost flowers arranged would be the female flowers. I'm repeating again, it's a peduncle which is swollen again. And remember, if you check, there is a plant available, plant for which description is available online also. If you check the plant called as cobra plant, and there is another plant which is very famous these days because it is an air purifier and available online also. That is the it is called as peace lily plant. So these plants will also develop the similar type of inflorescence which looks like a snake hood. So this whole structure will have a peduncle. Peduncle would be swollen.